No.
I'm going to stop you because I want to talk about Sopa Pippa because for
I
me,
love it,
that
Sopa
was
Pippa.
one of our
That was
proudest moments
Oh,
of
and I wish
my entire
Daryl
history.
Isa said he'd be here, or maybe it's tonight. But anyway, Daryl Isa and Senator Wyden stood up at CES, and we had a press conference. And the press gathered in this room. They said, "We're going to beat this bill." And they said, "You have no chance." They laughed at him. It's gone through the Senate Judiciary Committee unanimously, and the bill would basically have let anyone in the country that claimed they put something and owned a copyright, that they could stop and shut down a website. They could just shut it down. And it was the dumbest thing. I know I always see another great expert, your friend, who's been a master of copyright. I am truly honored by the brain power and intellectual power in this room that's made such a difference in the policies, because we've been on the right side of technology and innovation, and it's made a difference in the world. I'll say, as some of you know, I've changed jobs from being CEO, and some people call that retirement. I'm just doing different things. I'm still executive chairman. And I was honored in Poland by our board members in Kinsey. Kinsey roasted me. He called me Yoda, but
That must have been awesome. That must have been awesome.
But one of our board members was very kind and gracious, got it, and said that basically, what we've done at this association is we've helped create new industries and move progress forward. And we've always been broad in terms of the CES, we've been broad in terms of policy, and we welcome, no one gets more excited about new companies' innovation than Michael Petrico. And Brian Markwalder, who's also led us so deeply and quickly into new standards and health tech, and actually Kinsey also with privacy all sorts of different things. We have an amazing group that's very mission focused on innovation, and it's made a difference in the world and in people's lives, and I think it's been really satisfying, and we're going to go forward and keep doing it. And I think with partnerships, if we could convince Chris and others that we're really actually a good industry, maybe, I don't know, who knows what could happen.
Well, I just want to say one thing about Daryl Isa, because of you, because of Sopa Pippa, I'll never forget. I was at some. I was at some cocktail hour. You guys were having. My wife and I were talking to Daryl Isa about stuff going on in DC because he was on the DC, whatever the committee was that oversees DC. And he was. He was like on the DC oversight committee. But that's a kind of strange bedfellows that we needed. And we were so behind the 8 ball on Sopa Pippa. We were not going to win. So what was different? Between Sopa Pippa and the...
What was different is actually, it was a totally different group of people, but the internet sites agreed to essentially a 1 or 2 day, 3 day boycott. And they, instead of their site, they had to sign up, contact a member of Congress, and Congress got hit with like 8 million, I don't know what the exact number, but it was like, they've never seen anything like it before or since. It was unbelievable, and all of a sudden, Sopa Pippa became like naming your kid Adolf. It's not really a cool thing to do because it's so negative. And it was just all of a sudden the technology industry had this impression we're the most powerful industry ever, and we went and it was dead. And after I went to Carrie Sherman, the RA, I went to this, we could negotiate a deal, but you're gonna lose on this. And they just laughed. And then they got killed. And there's no sports, but there's still efforts going on even today to shut down the internet in different ways. And now they figured they're not going to get what they want in Congress, so they're going to states. They hide it behind things which are really, they're important. Obviously, child sexual abuse or child trafficking and sex trafficking, those are issues, but that's not what the internet's about. And that's not all these great things that could happen in shutting down societies. I mean, there's a difference between us and North Korea for a reason. Is that the internet's the greatest communications device known to man. And yeah, any technology, whether it even fire or the wheel or dynamite or whatever, could be used for good things and bad things. And the internet's sometimes used for bad things, and AI will be used for bad things. But the good things and lives will be extended, and the problems will be solved, and people will live longer and communicate better, be educated more according to their needs, and will deal with people with special needs. Self-driving cars, which are really just advanced robotics with AI. Save lives, like we all know people that died, and these are things that have to happen.